Thanks for this, Peter. So as I say, just a few questions, personal ones about your season, and then obviously related to the Shanghai Masters, and then a few pieces of camera. Can we just start, just tell us how things are going at the moment? You know, how's your season going? How's today going?
The season's been a little bit slow. I hurt my back early on this year in February, so I've been doing a lot of rehab stuff, and I missed quite a few events over the last 4 months. So kind of been on and off. I made most of the cuts that I play, or pretty much every cut that I played in. But no, I've had one top 10 finish, but no really not being close to winning and so on.
So obviously talking about winning, then the Shanghai Masters. What a great result that was last year. Tell us a little bit about that event and how it all went and how it all unfolded. You were a great victory.
Yeah, I mean that was just a fantastic fall for me and for European golf as well. I think with a lead up, I managed to win a week before Ryder Cup over in Holland, and then of course being part of that fantastic Ryder Cup team over in America, and then a couple of weeks later heading over to China, and I think the victory, BMW's event there, going head to head against Rory, that was world number one, and obviously one of the best players in the world, and managed to just snitch that title.
I mean, as you say, it's a very strong field, the Shanghai Masters. What were your sort of memories of how you were treated by the kind of locals there? Was it sort of the experience from the fans there? Were you warmly welcomed at the Shanghai Masters?
Very much. I mean, it's a great spot to come to, and it was my first time playing at Lake Malaren, and it's just a beautiful place. Those kind of tournaments, when you, like you said, you have these high quality fields with the top players in the world coming there to play and play a great golf course. It's pretty wide open, so you can use your length off the tee and give yourself a bit of a advantage. And great condition, and like Shanghai is always a nice place to come to and stay in a great hotel, and it's just a super week.
And somebody told me that the Lake Malaren, that's a Swedish name. What would be the correct pronunciation for that?
Lake Malaren.
Okay. And so what are the origins of that? Is it just Swedish?
I've heard a rumor. I mean, I probably need to get it confirmed, but I think the owner or whoever built it went to Sweden, and we have a big lake outside Stockholm that's called Lake Malaren, and obviously fell in love with the place and named it after a city that's on the shores. I think it's Sollentuna or some of the smaller cities outside Stockholm, and that's where the name is from.
Well, there was a little good luck charm for your victory. So obviously you're excited about going back, and some of your Ryder Cup teammates, which you mentioned earlier, they've already signed up for it. Rory. Tell us a little bit about that Ryder Cup experience and how fantastic a comeback that was.
I mean, it's just amazing memories. I think when you're in it and you're playing yourself, you don't really enjoy it as much as I do now, looking back at it. I can understand the people sitting, in front of the TVs and watching it on the side. It was just a fantastic Sunday. It was a great week overall for us, but I mean, we were 4 points down and managed to get that turnaround, and it's just one of those days and moments that I will always remember.
And you always sort of kept the belief that the victory was still possible despite your deficit.
Yeah, I have to say we came back from the golf course Saturday, and especially with the finish Ian had on the Saturday, I think that gave us a little bit of hope, and it was. I think people would be amazed. It was more of a kind of a popular, or like what can I say, a pretty big emotion Saturday for being down. Normally you would maybe think that some of the players would be negative, is too far behind, but everybody spoke in that team room on the Saturday night, and we knew it was important to get out and get a good start, which is exactly what the boys did. Gave us the chance, and then in the end we managed to turn it around.
Yeah, well, it's certainly amazing watching it, so I don't think that was incredible playing it. Okay, so what is it, I mean, slightly more general question here, what is it that makes golf so sort of special for you? Obviously, you're that it still keeps the love there for you?
I think for me it's all about competition. I love, the feeling of coming down that stretch against Rory when you have, a few holes to go, and I was, a few shots ahead of him, and then he made an eagle and pushes on to make a birdie, and that kind of adrenaline and nerve and the mixture of all these different emotions, it's I think that's what I dream about, and a lot of the other guys that play this great game.
And we touched on it a bit earlier, Peter, but how well do you know Shanghai, and from your experience there last year, are there any places you're going to visit again, possibly, in your time there? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that I know Shanghai quite well. I have some friends there that run some different businesses, and a lot of Swedish expats end up in Shanghai, making business. So I've been there now for, I would say, 7, 8, 9 years. We come there with not only BMW's event, but I played quite a few times, but even some of the other events, and great city to come to. I mean, beautiful pulse, and it's really, I would say, it's really a modern capital of the world. I mean, very similar to maybe New York or some of the biggest cities around the world.
That's so fantastic. I'll have to check out. I've not been there yet, but just because this is for Chinese TV as well. Is there any kind of local delicacies that you like trying and eating? Is there a particular favourite? A Shanghai dumpling or a Peking duck?
Yeah, I mean, I had my fair share of Peking duck, but I got taken to a local restaurant after I won last year, and by my good friend, and we had a nice celebration there with probably 25 people, having a nice dinner. But unfortunately, I don't recognize or remember the name of the place. But it was one of these small Chinese restaurants, sitting outside, a beautiful weather, and yes, had a great time there.
Fantastic. Okay, and recently at the Masters, there was an extraordinary achievement by a young Chinese golfer called Guan, wasn't it? 14 years of age, makes the cut. What are your thoughts about that, and any advice for him and other young talented golfers? He's just 14 years of age, it's incredible, isn't it? What's your thoughts there?
I mean, it's hard to give advice, of course, because he's such a talented player. If you make the cut in your first appearance, being 14 years old, especially at Augusta, it's a fantastic achievement. So, I mean, you just have to keep working, and time will tell. We got great players coming through the last few years with Matteo Manacero and Rory McIlroy, and we can see it's been done before. Even when you're 17, 18, 19 years old, you can come out and win on the European Tour or even in America.
And do you see that something that the age might come down even further, or do you still think there's a time to be spent on the amateur circuit before making that jump to the pro level?
I think amateur golf is a great education. It has been for me. I think a lot of people would agree if you go to college in America, or you do your education part and play golf on such a high level, even if you're not a professional. I think it's a great way to learn how to compete and just be part of this fantastic game.
Cool. Okay. And have you got any words for your fans in China? Obviously you've got a few fans after your victory there. Any sort of things to say to them about your return this winter?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be great to come back. It's always nice to come back to places where you won or you done well, and I know, of course, Rory was the big time favorite. So, but hopefully to the fans that like the way I play, I hope they come back and watch us play again. And like you said, it's going to be a quality field again. So we expect some big crowds out there.
Well, I'm sure they'll be there in the droves. Yeah, absolutely. And also, just moving away from that slightly, golf at the Olympics 2016. What are your thoughts on that? And I know you're excited about that. That's something you'd be keen to be part of as a Swedish team or individual sport.
Yeah, it's actually funny that you say that, because that's actually one of my big goals. I put a plan together, so I want to be able to compete on the highest level at least up until that. And Olympics, I think, has a great aspect. You're not only playing for yourself, you're representing your country. And I think that makes it even bigger and greater. And even just being part of an Olympic side, see what the other athletes do and how they prepare and what they do. That would be a big dream to get involved in.
And to be the first, Olympic golf winner,
Absolutely.
What a sort of cherry in the cap.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's going to be great, and I think golf is going to be well fitted in the Olympic program as well, and how much the game has evolved, and take it. The main thing about golf in the Olympics is to take it places where we're not as big as we are now. So hopefully we can get some more African golf players, and like we said, China's on the move, and I think we're going to see some great Chinese players being part of the Olympics.